is hot, and she would love to speak with you.
I think Radiah wants to speak to both of us. I don't think she's playing favorites with us. But we have, as one of our first guests this evening, is one of my lovely friends, Radiah Rhodes, who is from Evoke Life by Design. Welcome to the show. We have Ted on with us, Radiah.
Hi. Hello, Ted. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for agreeing to come on and to talk to us about some of the key things, especially now with everything that's going on. We're seeing kids that are not having the motivation that they need, and adults who are sort of losing focus as to where they need to be in their career. So when we decided to talk about what motivates you, what gets you going and doing what you have to do, you came right to my forefront.
Perfect. I love it.
So I guess I'll start off. Radiah, welcome to the show. Question number one is, how can we tap into ourselves to find our natural given talent or genius?
So I think passion. Passion is one of my favorite words. The things that we love to do, the books we find ourselves reading, the things we can talk about for hours that people, know us for. So really, I think when you connect with your passion and you continue to kind of immerse yourself in that energy, then things come to you, ideas, creative inspiration and things like that. So I always say, go to what you know you love to do, put yourself in places you love to go, read books that you enjoy. Anytime you put yourself inside the energetic of things that you love that really resonate with you, then you will tap in and become inspired and be able to connect with your creativity.
But what about the person who feels that they love to do so many different things? Because I can think about like 5-6 things that I like to do, or I love to do. I love to exercise. I love to eat. I love to sleep.
Then I say do them. I mean, all of them, are feeding your spirit in some way. So, take a week, and I'm a very practical person, right? Mm-hmm. So take a week and set up some appointments for the things you love to do and just do them all. And as you're doing them, just jot a couple of notes down. What comes to you? Why are you inspired about it? What is it that how does it make you feel, when you're doing it? And just take some notes, pay attention. But if there are many things you love to do, then don't constrain yourself. Creativity is about expanding. It's about, building. So I say go do all the things, but just pay attention and take some notes so that you can be conscious of what you're discovering.
But then how do we find the strength and the courage to change the course of our life, especially when we don't know that the path is very uncertain and, will it actually lead to a career that's fulfilling for us?
Yeah, I would say, the first thing I always think about is self-compassion. A lot of times we have spent years doing whatever we're doing for whatever reason, and we are very attached to it. Our security, our identity is very much attached to it. And so it is very difficult to shift. That is not an easy thing. So I think first acknowledging that it's not easy, and it does require courage and having some compassion for yourself, and that it may be bumpy, you may be scared, you're going to feel feelings, you may misstep, which, there's really no mistakes, but you may find yourself in a position that you weren't anticipating or is not comfortable. And really just being compassionate with yourself and acknowledging that you are doing something that requires bravery and courage. And then I would also say make sure that you have support. So, find programs or structures or friends and resources and be very deliberate about that. Not kind of like an ad hoc, I'm thinking about, but really say I'm going to take on something that's challenging. And so there are specific support systems and resources that I really need to set up to do this and put those in place for yourself. And then I would say connect whatever you're doing to some bigger picture, because that will keep you motivated and that will take you outside of yourself and kind of your own fears and emotions that will stop you and, kind of keep you grounded. And this isn't about me necessarily. This is a bigger picture here. This is a bigger purpose. So I think that if you do those things, at a minimum, they can get you moving. And then, having the support can keep you going. And being connected to a bigger picture certainly is something that inspires us in times when we, kind of find ourselves down.
Radiah, what steps do we need to take a turn for our creative genius into a thriving business?
So action is key. This is a good one. Particularly a business, and if you think about entrepreneurship, I think it often takes a lot more than we might imagine it does. And so I would say the first thing you need is to ground yourself in a real why you're doing it. A why that is bigger than money, but a real why that's connected to your spirit about what it is you're doing, and get very grounded in that and have it be meaningful, because business is something that takes so much strength and perseverance. And so if you don't have a real grounded why, you'll lose interest, you'll lose the courage, and it'll be a struggle. So first is to have a real strong meaning. The second is intention, being very intentional, meaning embodying that what you say you want, not just wishing for it, not just wanting it really bad, not even just asking for things, but really embodying it, believing in it, knowing it's there for you, and then embodying it in what you do and how you show up each day. And then the last thing I say is support. And I said, support before, because we can't do these things by ourselves. We're designed to be connected. The things that we're here to do and what's possible for us is unlimited. And so it usually requires some support beyond ourselves. So link into those structures, connect with those people that are aligned with what you're up to, and make sure that, they know what you're about and that you're connected in a way that allows them to support what you're creating.
Radiah, that's excellent. Hey, we just wanted to know, take a few minutes to find out about your business, your things that you do to promote, what you're talking about tonight. Some of these key tips. If other people wanted to know how to get in touch with you and or learn about your business, what should they do? Where should they go?
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. So our website is www.evokelife.com, EVOKLIFE.com. So there's no E on the end of evoke. But what we do is we help people to design their lives. We literally use a process that we call bee printing. And what it does is it helps people to uncover how they show up today that's not getting them what they want. And we walk them through a process of really kind of releasing some of those patterns that are holding them back, and then actually constructing a new way for them to show up, and then practices and habits and the accountability and support that they need to create that in real life. So my partners and I, we're all engineers, mathematicians, in academia and corporate. And so we've designed a systematic way for people to kind of get very clear about, if this is who I am, I'm this unlimited being, and this is what I want. Instead of me doing a whole lot, who is it that I have to be to actually create that? Because that is where the magic really happens, to where you can really turn something into reality. Most of us are doing a whole lot these days. We're all busy. Our calendars are crazy. And we're finding that all this doing is not necessarily giving us the life we want. And that's because we're not really getting at the source of who we're being. And we've created a way for people to really kind of dissect and blueprint that being. That's why we call it bee printing, to make those significant shifts.
I have to jump in here because I had one more follow-up question. So
Sure.
I'm a listener to this show tonight, or I'm a listener to the podcast, or on one of the stations that this show is distributed. Mm-hmm. Is it strictly online? Is there a physical office, a brick and mortar office I can walk into, or tell us, from that perspective?
Sure. So today we're working remotely. We work with clients around the globe, and we have a virtual program that we do for 6 weeks, which is a group program. We're based in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, so some clients will see face-to-face that are local, and then we can do private, virtual. So we can do phone calls, phone conferencing for 12-week packages if people just want private one-on-one work with us. But and we're also planning some live events actually in the future coming up in January. So we do a lot of different mediums of connecting and designing with people.
Okay, well, definitely let us know when you head up this way, because we would love to have you on the show again, possibly with your team, and then even attend the event that you would be having here.
Absolutely. I love it. I'm from New Jersey, so
Jersey.
For me to come up north. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're claiming New Jersey.
Absolutely, always.
Really?
Says, where are you from? I'm like, I'm a Jersey girl from the Jersey Shore, not the one you see on TV. Absolutely.
That's funny because, like I said, one of our guests at the bottom of the hour is going to be from WPFW 89.3 FM. I believe that's a public radio station in Washington, D.C. So I guess D.C. is in the house tonight.
All right.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Yes, you can say it. It's okay. We can show you guys some love. It's not all about Long Island.
Yes, that's true. Long Island is very friendly, and we are open to hearing from everyone. We don't shut anyone down. But Radiah, thank you so much. Radiah Rhodes from Evoke Life by Design.
Thank you both. Thank you for the opportunity. I enjoyed it. Those are some great questions, and I'm very passionate about it. So I appreciate the opportunity to talk about it.
Perfect. And we'll definitely be following up with you. Thanks again.
Excellent. Thanks. Take care.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
That was pretty solid.
Glad you enjoyed it. You thought I only knew you. I know other people who are very creative. You're not the only creative one I know.
Oh, my goodness.
And she was a woman. Forget about the Batman and Robin thing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my goodness. I believe in a couple of minutes,